Okay. Hello everyone. Right away, I want to thank you for coming back to my channel for another video. Today we're talking about investments. That's why I've dressed up. That's why I'm looking nice for today's video. We're talking about something serious. We're talking about how to get rich, how to be loaded, how to make so much money that all of your worries disappear so that you need not concern yourself with anything but the purely self-interested pursuit of pleasure. I have a secret. Nobody else, only me. So let's talk about investing. Let's talk about the single greatest investment you can make right now that will change your life. But first, let's talk logistics. Let's talk numbers. Potential return on investment, high. It's very high. Higher than a hot air balloon in Colorado. I don't know anything about money. I'm making silly jokes. You don't have to pay any money to watch this video. I also don't have to pay any money to make this video, so I can just go crazy. Hopefully you get my point, which is this. What you should be investing in, and this is important, so listen closely. What you should be investing in is something you don't understand. You won't find that in Ben Graham's book. Those of you that know, Charlie Munger isn't gonna tell you to invest in something you don't understand. Big Wall Street cats will not tell you what I am telling you. And that's because they want you to be poor forever. They want you to die broke, because the less money you have, the more they have. That's how it works. We all know that. But I actually want you to be rich. I want you to have so much money that all of your problems fade into oblivion. We know this. You've heard me say this. All others have bad intentions. I have good ones, the best ones. I always hear these suits, they're speaking, these cats that are fat and rich. They say, don't invest in things you don't understand. That's ridiculous. It perfectly sums up what is wrong with society. I'm kidding, obviously, kind of. If you Google like worst investment decisions or bad investments beginners make, you'll almost always find something along the lines of like, the biggest mistake new investors make is they invest in things they don't understand. And I think that idea is right, but I have to make this video interesting. And to make it interesting, I will literally go full-blown absurdist contrarian to make a joke. Because I'm not talking about investing in the stock market. What do I know about the stock market? I know nothing. If you think that when I tell you to invest in things you don't understand, that I'm talking about stocks or companies, you're wrong. And I have to say that because I don't know who's listening. So a moment of silence for the people who stopped watching the video after 30 seconds and clicked off this video so that they could go spend money on something they didn't understand. These are the people who are one affirming word away from burying their money in something they're uninterested and uneducated in and about. Does that person really exist? I don't know. It certainly helps the cope if I think so. Aren't you glad you stuck around for this? Aren't you happy you're here? Maybe you're wondering, where's he going with this? What is he even talking about? Great questions. What I'm talking about is a quote spoken by a very wealthy tortoise who doubles as an enjoyer of a famous cocktail. A cocktail that is machine crafted from the finest carbonated ditch water and high fructose corn syrup on the planet. This is a cocktail that does serious numbers, crazy numbers, goofy numbers. We're talking billions in ditch water. It is a cocktail that goes by the name of Coca-Cola. The tortoise I'm talking about is Warren Buffett, the famed Coca-Cola drinker, rich guy, and bridge player, who once said in a CBS interview, quote, "If I play bridge and a naked lady walks by, I don't even see her. Now I'll warn you, before I get to the quotes I'm gonna share in today's video, you might think that what I'm about to say is cringe. And if you do think they're cringe, I don't know. It doesn't really bother me. The channel's averaging like 10 views a day. It would be very, very hard for traffic to get any lower than it already is. So that means we have nothing to lose. And that's good for me. The algorithm should be afraid, is my point. I am a man who has nothing to lose. All joking aside, maybe the quotes are a little cringe, but whatever percent cringe they are is a consequence of how often we've heard similar things be said. And I'm done explaining. I'm done trying to put it gently. If the quotes make you roll your eyes, I can't save you. Quote, "The most important investment you can make is in yourself," end quote. The tortoise said that, and he's rich, richer than me. But because he's richer than me, that means that I have to do the mental gymnastics that are necessary to manipulate Mr. Buffett's tortoise image to the shape of a golden calf. This is what I have to do. Am I getting sidetracked again? No, I am not. Quote, "One can best prepare for the future by investing in your own education. If you study and learn at a young age, you will be in the best circumstances to secure your future," end quote. Okay, now one more. Here goes. Quote, "Read 500 pages every day. That's how knowledge works. It builds up like compound interest. All of you can do it, but I guarantee not many of you will," end quote. So now the question is, why? Why did I read you those quotes? What am I even talking about? Well, I shared them because obviously I believe in them. I don't know you, I've never met you, and while I hope you smash like, smash subscribe, leave comment, and say what's up, I can't guarantee any two-way conversation. But I'm hoping that by sharing these quotes, I can maybe help the people who come across this video or something. And that's really what I want. This is the pitch I give most of my undergraduate students at Johns Hopkins University, where I teach one reading and writing intensive course per semester. I want you to actualize your full potential. I want you to achieve your goals. And I think understanding these quotes can help us put ourselves in a more self-benefiting position. But now let's talk about the how. Let's unpack the quotes and apply them. The anticipation is almost killing me. I am so excited. I have butterflies in my stomach. Invest in yourself, especially if you're young. Seriously, if you are a young person watching this video, take my advice. Consider what interests you. Do some research, find and read great books, at least books you think are great. Use YouTube as an educational tool and save money. Start now, it matters. I am not talking about the stock market. I'm not talking about trying to buy a product that's going to appreciate in value. What do I know about any of those things? Nothing. I went to undergrad and I got a degree in the humanities. But I also teach undergraduates about storytelling. But again, here's the thing. Do you think I like the fact that I'm probably starting to sound like your parents or your grandparents or that teacher you had growing up who was always trying to like shove wisdom down your throat? Yes and no. I do and I don't. I don't know. Honestly, while lecturing at Johns Hopkins, I've realized how much I enjoy teaching. So I want to use YouTube to continue teaching. And I think what I'm saying today is about as worthwhile advice as I can offer. The best investment we can make is an investment in ourselves. I wish I could give you some secret formula that would make you rich beyond like your wildest dreams. And I know that that's what everyone says, but I can't do that. I'm not gonna lie to you. Maybe I will in the future, depending on what I can get in return. I'm kidding. I can't. The best I can do is to encourage you and to show you how to develop a reading and writing habit, and more importantly, to show you people who think developing a reading and writing habit is a good idea, and to show you the benefit that it might be able to add to your life. To connect this back to the video's opening, one of the worst things you can do with your money is to invest in something you don't understand. But there is one exception, and I'm willing to bet that these big cats, these Warren Buffetts, these Charlie Mungers, these Peter Lynches, these Kathy Woods, I'm willing to bet that these people would agree with me that there is one thing you should invest in that you don't understand. And that exception is an investment in yourself. So do you see what I did there? It's very funny. Anyways, start reading books, dummy. No, let's take that out. Anyways, start reading books. No, let's do the joke. Anyways, now obviously I say dummy lovingly. We are all dummies. We are all one. We have to embrace our dumminess. So start reading books. Feed your brain, develop a learning habit instead of mindlessly consuming entertainment that does nothing but rot your brain. You know you want to stop the brain rot. I know I also want to stop the brain rot. We all want to stop the brain rot. So let's stop the brain rot. Learning is hard. Studying is hard. I'm not saying it's easy to read, even though reading for like 20 minutes per day is really all that it takes, which if you think that's hard, isn't it kind of a lazy take, yours? So develop a learning habit, because guess what? Compounding value exists outside of the world of finance, and that should terrify you the way it terrifies me. Compounding value means as far as developing ourselves is concerned, as far as growing ourselves is concerned, how we choose to spend our time in the present, meaning the habits we live with that guide our lives, they translate to what our future will look like. So develop a reading habit. Read 500 pages a day. I'm kidding, you don't have to read 500 pages a day. You could read 20 pages a day and it still adds up. Now 500 pages, that adds up to a lot more, but you take my point. Develop a writing habit as well. These are the two most fundamental subjects in human history. We're talking about literacy. Immerse yourself in new and complicated ideas that interest you and become a better thinker. Start now while you're young. Time is our greatest luxury. We only have time. Everything else is a game. Even if you don't want to spend a lot of time because you say, you aren't good at reading, then listen to audiobooks, listen to podcasts, find ways to learn, preferably ways that are low cost, but invest in yourself. You are what acts everywhere else. So get more knowledge. YouTube, podcasts, PDFs, use these. They're free. Whatever it is you're interested in, I'm telling you, you can do it. You just have to be interested enough to be willing to do the work that's necessary to become great at something. And it's really hard. I'm not pretending that it's easy. It's gonna take you hundreds of hours, it's gonna take you thousands of hours, but at some point, if you care enough about something, you can make it happen. And that's definitely idealistic, it's definitely funny, it's definitely silly, lofty, maybe a little cringe too, I don't know. It's all of those things, but it's also kind of true. And that's why people say it. But I'm not selling you some lie. I'm not telling you that it's gonna be easy and that you just have to do this, but it's like, spend $10 on a book. I don't know, go to a used bookstore, buy 5 books for $10 or something, or go on Amazon and spend $50 and you can get a couple books. It's like, buy things that will reward your interest, that will reward the attention that your interests foster. I don't understand myself, and I don't think most people understand themselves. We're kind of just these balls of chaos, like moving through space. And sometimes things make sense, but a lot of times they don't. So we don't understand ourselves, but we buy books, we watch YouTube videos, we listen to podcasts, we read PDFs, we develop a reading and writing habit. What does this do? I think it puts us in a better position to achieve our goals and to actualize our full potential. And that's really what I care about. I want to help you the way I help my students at Hopkins, and this is what I think works. It isn't easy, it's going to take a lot of time, but you can do it. And that's what you need to remember. This is the way forward. It's the way everybody does it. Some people definitely cheat. Some people definitely don't play by the rules. But most people have to play by the rules. And these are the rules. If you're going to be great at something, you have to spend time doing it. You have to spend a lot of time doing it. And spending time, we're still talking about spending. Most people hear spending money, well, I'm talking about spending time. It's investing nevertheless. Invest in yourself, invest in your education. Even if you came to this video, you clicked on it because you're like, stocks. Buy books that will teach you about stonks and finances. Understand that a bird in the hand is worth two in the bush. That's a bust too. Yeah, she's like talking in the other room. It's distracting me. Definitely not my fault. Understand that information is meta food. Meta food. This is something I'm going to talk about in a future video, but information is meta food. And what that means is that, the same way like food is food, information can help us get more food, because you think like food is what we eat, it's what runs our body, but meta food kind of helps us get food in the future. And that's the way that information is like meta food. It's something we consume, it's something we take in, and it's something that kind of comes out of us in different ways. And all of that is to say that you should invest in yourself. You should spend money. When you do spend money, you should spend it on good ideas that are going to help you. And if you don't feel like spending money, then you can use YouTube, you can use podcasts, you can find PDFs online. You can do those three big things, the three big things to educate yourself in a way that is low cost, and that's important. So I should probably cut this off now. Okay, I'm done, but before I go, let me say my thank yous. Thank you to my best friends and video editors, Joe and Bach. I really appreciate all the hard work that you guys do. I could not do this without you. Next, I want to thank you, my wonderful life-affirming viewer. It means a lot, and I really appreciate it. So thank you for helping this channel grow. We hope that you'll come back next time. And now I'll say that if you enjoyed this video or found it interesting or helpful or useful, whatever the right positive word is, please smash like, slap sub, leave comment. You've heard that before. Thanks again, everyone. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I will see you